A young boy decided to write a letter to baby Jesus for Christmas. So he took a piece of paper and a pen and started writing, "Dear baby Jesus, I've been good for 6 months. So please, I would like the following toys." Then he read the letter before placing it in the envelope and sending it to baby Jesus. And when he read the letter, he had to admit to himself that he hasn't been good for 6 months. So he scratched out the number 6 and wrote instead the number 4. So now the letter read, "Dear baby Jesus, I've been good for 4 months. Here are the gifts that I would like to receive this Christmas." But when he read that, he had to admit that he hasn't been good, not even for 4 months. So then he scratched out the number 4 and wrote down the number 1. So now the letter read, "Dear baby Jesus, I've been good for 1 month. These are the gifts that I would like to receive this Christmas." But he realized he hasn't even been good for 1 month. So at that point, he decided to go to the nativity scene that they had at home, and he grabbed the figure of Mary, and then he went back to writing his letter, and the letter this time looked very different. In it he wrote, "Dear baby Jesus, I've got your mother. If you want to see your mother again, ... So I think that this nice joke brings a smile to our faces. And God knows we can use a little smile this Christmas. It's been a tough year, and this Christmas will be a tough one. There are so many things that we cannot do this Christmas. We cannot meet with our families and friends and celebrate and rejoice in the usual ways. We cannot go to church and celebrate as one community, sing our favorite Christian hymns, and receive Holy Communion together. There are so many things that we cannot do this Christmas because of COVID. But let us focus instead on what we have and what we can do. And I would just like to mention a few things. This Christmas, we still have Jesus. We still have Jesus, and Jesus is the reason for the season. So even though you are unable to come to church for the celebration of the Eucharist, you can still watch through live stream. You can still connect with us for the celebration of the Mass from the Church of Our Lady of Sorrows. Or if you are unable to connect with us online, you can still watch the Mass that is televised. You can still gather as a family to pray together. You can pray with the readings of the day. You can take the readings from Scripture, pray them together, and share how the Lord is speaking to you this Christmas. It is important for us that we spend time with Jesus Christ because he is the reason for the season. We can also spend time together celebrating. Although unable to do that with friends, although unable to do it beyond our bubble, it is important for us that we do not lose that sense of joy and celebration. So let us spend time together. Let us not take for granted the presence of one another. We have so much that we can be grateful for. Let us spend time together in a meaningful way. But let us also not forget the larger community. Let us not forget those who are alone, those who may be feeling forgotten, or that are feeling discouraged, or that are feeling depressed during this time. It is important for us as disciples of Jesus Christ, as Jesus came to us in our need, so also we have to be there for one another in our needs. It could be through simple little gestures of love. It could be just picking up the phone and giving a call to someone that we may know that may be spending Christmas alone. It could be, for instance, also writing a message. It could be doing groceries for someone who is unable to do that. So there is no limit to how we can be creative in expressing the love of Jesus at the service of one another. So in this time of COVID, when we have to celebrate Christmas in a very different way, let us not forget that we still have Jesus, that we still have one another, that it is important for us to bring this message of joy and hope to those who feel forgotten. So let us this Christmas focus on the things that we have rather than the things that we do not have. So these are my greetings to you, dear parishioners at Our Lady of Sorrows, that this may be a time when we may celebrate all the blessings that we have received from God, that we grow in our intimacy with Jesus Christ, who came to be one of us so that we can become like him. And let us also try to bring this message of hope, this message of joy and love to others, to one another, so that in this way we can continue to grow together as one community of disciples of Jesus Christ, that little light that shines in all the darkness. So Merry Christmas to you and your families and your loved ones, and a Happy New Year.